and I'm gonna jump right in. Right. I got a great show signed up for you called The Programs. Right. This is Volothan Modulus Tautology. About to bring you some more tautological epistemology that change your whole psychology. Right. I'm not doing the warfare on you. They're doing the warfare on you. I'm not programming. I'm deprogramming. I'm adding a little truth, love, and courage into your soul so that you can grow your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding so that one day you will achieve freedom, justice, and equality. The goal is for everyone to achieve it. But all that diversity, equity, inclusion is whack. Right? That's why she got fired. But I'm not even here to talk about that. I'm here to give y'all present a real good show. And what I'm going to talk about today is fraud, waste, and abuse. That's the other acronym that they're using against you. Right? They want to say, well, this is Trump doing this. Right? No. Notice it's the Democrats that's complaining about Trump fixing the economy. That's what he's doing. He's fixing the economy. Right? And fraud, waste, and abuse is the benign neglect that the Democrats have been using against black people. I'm just keeping it 100. What you're seeing on the screen, though, is one, it's me playing my classic Animal Crossing. So I go, you know what I mean? I do my eye thing. I'm jumping in my chair. And at the same time, I'm showing a video of a concept of the Switch having two screens. Right? So that's the big talk about when it comes to the hardware of the Switch. So I'm kind of geeked now. It's like, oh, that's a dope idea. My concept, my understanding was to create a Nintendo kind of box like the Apple TV, and then link get some two good Joy Cons for my Switch, so that it's my controller in my hand, just like my Wii U controller, and then I can project the game onto my big screen. That way it's dual screen like the Wii U. And my son gets mad at me every time I mention that because it's like, we want to bring back the Wii U. And it's like, yeah, son, I'm going to bring back the Wii U. But this concept, he was like, wait a minute, two screens, and I'm gonna edit that, and I'm gonna hook that up, and I'm gonna loop that, and we're gonna talk about that tomorrow tomorrow or the next day whenever he comes back through. And I have another video with me and him that I gotta edit and everything, because he just want to play the games. Right? He wants to rap a little bit and talk about the Switch 2 and the concept behind it. But if that Switch 2 doesn't have an OLED screen on it, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for the Switch 2 OLED to come out. I would like to have the better screen. He was thinking about getting a Switch OLED for himself. But these are things that we're working on. We talk together and we work together as father and son, and how we want to spoil ourselves when it comes to gaming. Right? And at the same time, I'm trying to teach them the basic games like checkers, chess, and Othello or whatever, right? But I rambled more than long enough. I'm gonna jump right into it. Who I'm gonna share today is TD Media Hip Hop. I don't know who's that. I shared him yesterday, right, or the day before. I'm gonna share some more. It's TD Media Group is what it's called now. This video is back when he called himself TD Hip Hop. He had to drop the hip hop because of the negative things that the Democrats did. That's what Joy Reid did. Joy Reid admitted the goal of DEI was to change the culture. And it was like backfire. That's why she's running for the hills now. That's why she's unemployed. She wants to say it's because of the white man. No. No, it's because the black man was like, yo, we sick of you and your ignorance. Right? We tried to warn you. We tried to help you. But you keep going on and on and on, like the white media done took you to another level, and we over here in the black media, because I'm part of the black media, even though I'm, gaming only. I'm just trying to, game theory and group theory. Those are higher level mathematics that I'm trying to teach my son and share with everybody. And instead, I found myself in conflict with the gaming community because you're FBA radical, and I'm not a radical. I am the third. My father is junior. You know what I mean? And I say that with respect. He's my older brother. He's my elder. Right? He is Mr. Do Right. Right? He's proud of. He served in the Korean War. Right? His brother served in Vietnam. So they do wear the red, white, and blue, or the 4th of July family get together, and you know what I mean. When y'all go, Juneteenth is more important. Like, yo, stop being disrespectful. All right. He served in his military so that he could, go fishing with his grandsons, right? And that's what we let him do. Go fishing with them and try to teach them something, right? Because I'm trying to teach my son something, but he wants to get mad at me because he'd rather play Sonic the Hedgehog than Mario. Right? And I really don't care to play Mario. I'd rather play The Legend of Zelda. So I rapped long enough about the gaming. Now I'm going to go right into the benign neglect. So the video that I'm going to share, I guess, once again, is TD Media Hip Hop. And he now goes by TD Media Group because he had to drop the hip hop because of the negative connotation or change of the culture that DEI tried to do. That's what DEI was about. It was about changing the culture to ignorance. Whereas Kendrick, that was the most genius thing that I've ever seen in my life. Because Kendrick took not they hate us, right? He took they hate us, hate in quotations, and made it they not like. Hate is not like. He changed it to they not like us. Right? They not like you dot S. Now everybody's gonna be like, no, he didn't mean that. He did it before Trump. No, Trump gave us the freedom of speech. Biden took that away from us. No way we could have had that Super Bowl under Biden. That's what I'm talking about. Trump was like, hey, black people, give them a good show. And we gave y'all the best Super Bowl show of all time. We started off with Master P. We sang the Black National Anthem. And then Kendrick ended it with the Neo-Black National Anthem. That's the Neo-Black National Anthem. But I'm gonna explain that again in 1 second. Let me catch y'all up with this benign neglect, which was the origins. Benign neglect is the origins of DE ignorance. Right? So, Fair Use, 1976 Copyright Act and the First Amendment. TD, shout out to you, dude. I mean, you did a great job as a black media. Now you got to be careful. Like right? You talking bad about Joy Reid and Crockett, and they're going to use that against you. The white media is going to use that against you, and make it seem like since you voted for Trump. I voted for Trump too this time. I ain't gonna lie. I take responsibility, right? That's what you're doing. We taking the responsibility for our culture, our community, and our consciousness, because that's what we used to call it. We used to call it hip hop, conscious hip hop. The white media is the one that called it gangster rap. Yes, we'll explain that a little bit more later on too. So I rambled on long enough. Here's TD Media. I'm gonna share him, and then I'm out of here, right? And I'll talk to y'all later. But here, let me share that with y'all. The words love and life both have 4 letters, but they're 2 different things altogether. Cause I like many ladies in my day, but just like the wind, they all blown away. Love someone is an atmosphere. Both still share that one not here. Thinking money can't buy you love.
And this is the brilliance behind the Democrats' mastery of benign neglect. You see, because if I can get a so-called black president or possible vice president to say,
I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
Well, then that justifies politicians ignoring black issues on all levels of politics. Because how are you going to call a non-black politician racist for ignoring you when so-called black presidents and vice presidents have already done the same?
Were you aware that your great-great-grandfathers were slave owners in Alabama before the Civil War, and has that revelation caused you to change your position on reparations?
I find myself once again in the same position as President Obama. We both oppose reparations, and we both are the descendants of slaveholders.
From the top of 2019 to now being 5 days away from the 2020 presidential election, the slogans "No Black Agenda, No Vote" and "Reparations Now" for the descendants of American slavery have been the chief cries coming out of Black America. But those cries have largely fallen on deaf ears, and for proof of this, all one has to do is look at the last two presidential debates between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, as well as the vice president debate between Kamala Harris and Mike Pence, and you will see that both topics were completely ignored and dismissed. But why? Two words: benign neglect. Benign neglect is the official, unofficial policy of ignoring Black issues and never committing to putting forth policy and or legislation that will exclusively benefit Black Americans. All conversations surrounding Black issues, let alone policy and legislation, must always incorporate the terms people of color, minority, marginalized groups, and at the bare minimum, Black and brown. Doing this effectively dilutes Black issues, which then by default dilutes the solutions needed to correct them. Though benign neglect is practiced by both the Democrats and the Republicans, the Democratic Party has mastered the art of benign neglect due to the fact that Black Americans are their political base. Now, what I'd like to do is show you a few examples of Democrats going out of their way to ignore and talk around Black issues. These are the real-life examples of benign neglect.
Why not target the African American community? Why not say then, this is for you, this is for African Americans? If there was a banking crisis, then you target money for the banks. If there was a national disaster, you target your money for the national for disaster relief.
That's not how America works. America works when all of us are pulling together and everybody is focused on making sure that every single person has opportunity.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No, because whatever benefits that Black family will benefit that community and society as a whole in the country, right?
Vice President Biden, do you support reparations?
Look, let me, since I haven't spoken on this, got a chance. Number one, the reason we're the country we are is because of immigration. We've been able to cherry pick the best from every single continent. The people who come here have determination, resilience. They are ready to stand up and work like the devil. We have 24 out of every 100 children in our school today is Hispanic. The idea that we are going to walk away and not provide every opportunity for them is not only stupid and immoral, but it's bad for America. They are the future of America, and we should invest in them. Everybody will benefit from it, every single American, and you should get used to it. This is a nation of immigrants. That's who we are. That's why we're who we are. That's what makes us different, and we should invest in them.
Thank you, Mr. Biden. Senator Klobuchar, you had your hand up.
When Barack Hussein Obama, America's first biracial president, was asked the question, why not target the Black community directly, and he replied,
No.
For disaster relief.
That's not how America works.
Obama was 100% correct when he stated that's not how America works. In fact, it hasn't worked that way since 1970, because this was the year that Daniel Patrick Moynihan, advisor to President Richard Nixon, submitted his 10-page memorandum to the president. And the opening paragraph reads, "As the new year begins, it occurs to me that you might find useful a general assessment of the position of Negroes at the end of the first year of your administration and of the decade in which their position has been the central domestic political issue." Now, the memorandum would go on to chronicle the decade of the 60s, discussing the progress made by Black Americans as well as their shortcomings that still needed improvement. But it's not until page 7 that the two words that would annihilate Black American politics for the next 50 years would appear. The time may have come when the issue of race could benefit from a period of benign neglect. The subject has been too much talked about. The form has been too much taken over by hysterics, paranoids, and boodlers on all sides. We may need a period in which Negro progress continues and racial rhetoric fades. The administration can help bring this about by paying close attention to such progress as we are doing, while seeking to avoid situations in which extremists on either race are given opportunities for martyrdom, heroics, histrionics, or whatever. Greater attention to Indians, Mexican Americans, and Puerto Ricans would be useful. I'm going to repeat that last sentence again. Greater attention to Indians, Mexican Americans, and Puerto Ricans would be useful. Now, you see, it's at this moment that the American government made its decision to ignore black politics and shift the conversation to Native Americans and immigrants. Now, fast forward to 2020, and that list now also includes not only Native Americans and immigrants, but the LGBTQ, as well as women's issues by way of feminism, all the while ignoring black American politics. Now, one of the newest ways that we watched women's and LGBTQ rights issues used to neutralize black issues have been in the Black Lives Matter movement. You see, when you say Black Lives Matter, you've said all that needs to be said, because the problem at hand is police brutality against black Americans. But once you start interjecting hashtags into it like say her name or Black Trans Lives Matter, you've effectively turned it from an issue about police brutality against black people to an issue of feminism and to an issue of LGBTQ struggles. The Black Lives Matter movement has been so strategically fragmented that we've come to the point to where now people say all black lives matter. That's how fragmented it is. When speaking on matters of immigration, you never hear anybody say, well, what about all immigrants? What about LGBTQ immigrants? What about female immigrants? What about the LGBTQ Jews? What about female Jews? What about all Jews? It's only black issues that get fragmented in this way. Now, over the course of the past 12 years, the Democratic Party has truly mastered the art of benign neglect by coming to the understanding that the best way to ignore black politics is to do it in blackface. Now, for starters, don't let it go over your head that the family lineage of the first so-called black president and possible vice president don't actually come out of the slave plantations of America. They have no ties to the legacy of slavery and the hardships of Jim Crow. Barack Hussein Obama, whose mother was white and his father was Kenyan, moved to Indonesia when he was 6 years old. He moved back to Hawaii when he was 10, where he was raised by his white grandparents. Kamala Devi Harris, whose mother is Indian and her father is Jamaican, was born in Oakland and moved to Montreal, Quebec, Canada when she was 12 years old. Now, why does that matter? Well, that matters because you don't even begin to form a general understanding of who you are and how the world works and what's your place in it until your teenage years. From 1 to 5 years old, you don't even know that you're alive. And from 5 to 12 years old, life is simply about how many days it is until my birthday, is it Christmas yet, when is Halloween, and can we go to Chuck E. Cheese? Your teenage years are your most critical years as it pertains to the development and understanding of the world around you, as well as who you actually are as you head into adulthood. And this time period for her was spent in a completely different country, attending a French-speaking primary school and high school. Upon graduating high school was when she moved back to the States to attend college. You see, these type of folks are passing for black because they grow up having no real connection to black Americans, but once they enter politics, they then ride the wave of slavery and Jim Crow to legitimize a blackness within them that doesn't exist.
And like I said, 1212, right? I'm going to share the whole video in the description area, and I'm going to share it also, I'm just going to keep sharing it, right? Great job. I mean, TD, golf clap. Great job, yo. And that was only like half of it. Like, I had a little bit more to go in the video. I'm not going to share all of it. I might save that little second half. He's another little second half to us, another good 5 minutes on it. I might save that for later on this week, just to touch bases on it again. I mean, brilliant work. That's the black media. That's what black media does, right? White media is, what I'm saying, they laughing at you. That wasn't a good show. Kendrick didn't know it, right? But that was over their head. That's why it's funny to see, most of the people that's breaking it down and explaining to America what Kendrick actually did is white people. That's why it's hilarious, right? And it wasn't the white people that could afford to go to the Super Bowl. Like, all the people that went to the Super Bowl, they barely could afford to go there. Like, that's why it's funny, right? Because I told one guy that they are the blue collar workers pretending to be or the blue collar conservatives pretending to be white collared liberals. right? That right there, me adding two colors, blue collar, white collar, and then adding conservatives that work hard as being blue collar, and then the white collar liberals is the ones that feed them cake. Then they act like they part of the revolution, but they not. They're the ones that's really like Joe Biden, and that's why I'm exposing Joe Biden for the fraud that he is, and that's why TD Media Group, right? I still call him TD Hip Hop. But I understand why he had to drop it, and I've been consistent in explaining it is people like Joy Reid that when I'm going to change it, I'm a DEI and I'm going to change it, and it's like, yo, you done messed up already. I'm Barack Obama and you already messed up. That benign neglect, yo, like, right? That's what it is. That neglect is abuse. You neglect the children of the brotherhood of man and the fatherhood of God. That's what y'all neglecting the children of. The brotherhood of man, kind, and the fatherhood of God. That's what y'all are purposely doing that. So this is the studio. I think let me see it, right? Let me change this up real quick. All right, there it is. I'm still micing and everything. So, I mean, if y'all still don't understand, right? Y'all still want to be hate Trump. Like anybody that goes hate Trump, no, you on like. All right, here we go. I'm explaining to you. Anybody out here that's going hate Trump, right? Any of you Divine Nine, I'm gonna say, what was his top 10 Black History Month honorees? If you can't name all top 10, or if you one of them hypocrites that's going, he got Kobe Bryant on it. Kobe Bryant was our gift as Generation X. Kobe Bryant was my young boy, right? Kobe Bryant was somebody we went to. I was in college. I was rooting for AI because AI was Georgetown, and Sixers was looking like we was going to have the number one pick. So we wanted AI. Kobe wasn't projected top 10. The Lakers traded back and then up or something like that in order for him to be considered top 10 pick. Are we starting to understand the truth? And it was a great move. So let me see. How's that look? Ooh, that's a great picture. I think I'm gonna use that. Let me see. Take a picture. Let me see. Am I straight? I'm gonna take this picture and I'm gonna use this on the next episode. There it is. I'm gonna use that on the next episode. So, like I was saying, this is Animal Crossing. I'm going to be playing this with that's my living room or whatever, It's still snow outside. I'm getting ready for the spring festivals. So I have to still clean up. I still got Christmas trees. I don't know whether to sell them or... I guess I can still keep those mushrooms up. I think I'm going to change my castle wall color. Go back to maybe a red brick or something. I got to take down all these ice things and I'm going to put back up either lights. I'm still trying to decide how I'm going to redecorate my island and get my Ferris wheels and everything back out, get it back to how I like it. And, and one of these episodes I'm going to have my niece come over and, we'll rap about the game and what she likes and dislikes about it. And, we'll talk about hip hop. She's a big Mick Jenkins fan. And that's who I like too. Really, Kendrick is nice, but Mick, and I just found out Mick is a couple years younger than Kendrick, so maybe that's why Kendrick don't mess with him, And Mick stay to himself. He's more about, the Messiah, Jesus. Like Kendrick's a gospel guy too. That's why he be, But it is what it is. I let the youngins do what they do, and they did a great job. Like I said. The actual understanding of the song is opposites. So when he going, they hate us, is in quotes. They hate us. Hate is not like. So they not like is in quotes. They not like us. They not like U.S. That's the neo-black national anthem now. Given to us by Kendrick Lamar. He had Gloria on his jacket. That means give thanks to one God, our Father, all the time. Hip hop life, love one. That's God is love, hip hop is life. Time is holy. Right? Y'all need to spend, stop sitting here going, I hate Trump. Stop. Love life. Right? Stop all that hate. Time is holy, all right? Spend better time. That's what Sith Lords do. Sith Lords go. That's what Anakin did before he fought. Did I say that already? Anakin before he fought. I hate you to Obi-Wan. This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. But it made sense because he was going down the path of the dark side, right? Meanwhile, Obi-Wan was upset. Like, dude, I treated you. I loved you like a brother, right? Don't underestimate my power. Okay. I got the higher ground. Okay. Left him there to die, right? But y'all still want to talk about Star Trek. Stop. Star Trek is completely different. Captain Kirk understood, had a different set of rules. His rule was the Prime Directive. That's different. Right? Y'all want to treat these children like the Prime Directive. No, y'all giving them children benign neglect. Y'all neglecting your own children. One God, our Father, all the time. Hip hop life, love one. God is love. Hip hop is life. Time is holy. Money, that's a fourth dimensional illusion that really doesn't exist because the socioeconomics is the art of making the most out of life. Hit the like button, subscribe, share. I'll rap to y'all later. Peace.